festive Seitan-Leek pie.
It'll be delicious.
Perfect for the holidays. We'll be using golden potatoes, carrots, cheddar style daya, cubed seitan, leeks, maitake mushrooms, flour, sweet corn, and unsweetened almond milk. So we'll be using approximately 10 or so golden potatoes, and I'm going to also use approximately the same volume of carrots. I'm just gonna eyeball it. It doesn't have to be super precise. That looks about good. Now I'm just gonna rinse them off. Rinse everything off. And put it back on my cutting board. So before I dice the potatoes and carrots, I'm going to put water in my pot so I can bring it to a boil while I'm cutting the vegetables. While I wait for the water to boil, I'm going to dice my potatoes and carrots. They don't have to be super small. I'm just going to boil them and then mash them. So since I'm using baby carrots as opposed to regular sized carrots, I'm not going to bother dicing them since they're already small enough. If you use regular sized carrots, then go ahead and dice them. Now that the water is boiling, I'm going to add a couple pinches of sea salt. And add the potatoes and carrots. Hopefully without splashing myself. We're going to boil these vegetables for approximately 10 to 12 minutes until soft. Now I'm going to chop the leeks. Now I'm going to roughly chop the mushrooms. For this recipe, we are using a container of maitake mushrooms, just because we love maitakes and we finally found them in the store. You can use whatever mushrooms you feel like. It really doesn't matter at all. Doesn't make a difference. Mushrooms are great, so try something new and enjoy it. Now I'm going to chop the seitan. We are using 2 boxes of the cubed seitan. I like the cubed seitan for this because it's nice and chunky as opposed to just the flat strips of seitan. So we'll just cut it into, roughly maybe inch sized chunks. Doesn't really make a difference. You can cut them smaller if you want. Now that the carrots and potatoes have been boiling long enough, they're nice and soft, I'm going to drain them and then we're going to mash them. It might help if I turn off the stove first. Here we go. So I returned the carrots and potatoes to the pot. But before I start mashing those, I'm going to bring a little bit of oil in a pan up to nice medium, about medium heat. Okay, so quickly mash these. Makes a lovely orangish color, perfect for the holidays. Okay, now that that's mashed, I'm going to put the lid on just to keep it warm. And my pan here is now nice and hot. I'm going to turn it down just a tiny bit so it doesn't burn. I'm going to put the leeks in first for maybe 3 to 5 minutes just so that they get nice and tender. So stir them with a wooden spoon. Oh, the aroma is so wonderful. Stir them for a second. Oh, nice and spread out. You don't need to stir them constantly, just every once in a while. Okay, so the leeks are nice and tender now, so I'm going to add in the seitan. Stir it all together. And then I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes just to heat up the seitan. Also, while I'm waiting, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350. Stir this occasionally and just cook it for a few minutes. Okay, now I'm going to add the mushrooms. Mix it all together. And cook that for a couple more minutes. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle approximately 4 tablespoons of flour over the seitan mix. We are using brown rice flour, but you can use whatever flour you have handy. Sprinkle that over top. Just gonna quickly mix it together, and then I'm going to blend in 1 3/4 cups of unsweetened almond milk. And I mix it together, and then we're going to bring this to a boil. Now that it's boiling, we're going to let it cook for approximately 5 minutes, although you don't want it to cake onto the bottom of the pan, so stir it every now and then and just let it cook for a few minutes. Now I'm going to season it, so I'm going to use some crushed black pepper. This will all just be to taste. Just gonna do what I think will be the proper amount. That's good. Turn the heat down to low.
It's whistling.
I know. I'm gonna put some minced onion. Just a little bit, because we don't need too much because of the leeks. I'm also gonna use some garlic powder. I'm going to stir this together real quick. Mix it all up. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 cup of sweet corn. Mix it together real quick. And then I'm going to add approximately 1 cup of cheddar daya, but just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be precise. Just sprinkle it on top. I'm gonna mix that up. Get the cheddar to start melting. And then we'll be ready for the next step. Okay, looks good, folks. Okay, so now that this is done cooking on the stove, what I'm going to do is scoop it into individual ramekins to bake. You could also make this in a casserole dish. I just think that it's kind of fun for the holidays to put it in ramekins. It's also good for if you're having a party. Each person gets their own cute little portion size already measured out. Okay, now I am going to spoon the potato carrot mixture on top. Okay, now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more Daya on top of each of them. Okay, now I'm going to put them in the oven for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Once it looks nice and golden brown and the Daya is melted, it's good. So there you go. A beautiful
Festive
Seitan-Leek pie.
I want this to light up.
Beautiful pie.
I know. I'll leave it to you. Wow.
Yummy. So many different flavors.
I know. Oh, wow. For those of you that are watching your weight this holiday season, if you buy the right size ramekin, you can get really good portion control. So
Yes.
that's it.
Although this is quite a hearty meal, so I don't know.
That's true. It is very hard.
That kind of
That's okay. I'll agree with that.
plays against the size of the.
Yeah. But it's so cute. I mean,
I
look.
know.
Come on.
These are great for kids too.
Indeed.
Little kids would love having their own little meal out of their own little tiny casserole dish.
Cool. Enjoy.
Enjoy and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.